What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about LisaRaye. Apparently on her Fox Soul show with the Cackling Queens, they were having a discussion and Halle Berry came up. I believe they were discussing Toni Braxton, or women who are able to get men despite years on them and however failed relationships they have had. And Lisa brought up Halle Berry and how she can't keep a man because she may not be able to satisfy them in the bed. Okay? Now, I've done my fair share of videos on, not a lot, but I've done my videos on Halle Berry and why she has continued to struggle in her relationships. Not so much LisaRaye, but I have discussed LisaRaye to that depth because she too struggles in the dating department. They're both around the same age, and I think they both have similar problems because if they could handle things, and even though it takes more, it takes a lot more than having good box to keep a man around. Lisa to me seems like somebody whose personality is off-putting to a lot of guys. And that is why she has been perpetually single. That's why she's perpetually out here in the dating market. The same could be said for Halle. I believe Halle Berry is one way when she first meets the guys that she's dating. But once she gets that ring or once she gets comfortable, she begins to push them away due to her attitude. Same could be said for Stacey Dash. These women who have been known for years for their looks, maybe not as much now, but they are not able to keep a guy in a relationship. Nicole Murphy, somebody too. Like, after she had that relationship with Michael Strahan, she's just been floating until she got caught up being the side piece to a married man. But it just seems to me to be that you have a lot of women out here that are struggling in the dating department. And they're in their 40s and 50s. Some of these women in their 30s too, struggling. And I believe it has a lot to do with the programming that these women have bought into. They have bought into the feminist programming. They have bought into the there's more fish in the sea mentality. You see, women have an abundance mindset that a lot of men don't have. And I think if a lot of men did, the women that do get attention would get even less attention. Even though there's more women than men, we as men should have more of an abundance mindset because for the most part, there are going to be more women out here for us to get with. And I think the one thing that's detrimental to women is that they do have that mindset of there's going to be more out there. There's going to be something better out there. And that mentality is hampering them because they refuse to look in the mirror and they refuse to change the things that will make them more dateable, will make a man want to marry them, but they refuse to do that. And I'm sure LisaRaye is that type of person who feels like she does absolutely nothing wrong in a relationship. Now, is she wrong about what she said about Halle Berry? Maybe not. I believe Halle at first, everything is good, but I believe after she gets comfortable, she tends to push men away. And there are women like that, man. They thrive in chaos. They thrive when everything is not good. They look for reasons to not be a part of a situation. I'm pretty sure a lot of us guys have come across women who've pushed us away. We've even probably pushed women away that we didn't want to be with anymore. I mean, it does happen. But when you are somebody that have the resources that these women have, and I've spoken about this, these women have resources to be able to date the type of men that they want. They have the resources to go out here and find a suitable mate, and they're not able to do that. You know why they're not able to do that? Because they refuse to change. They refuse to see what's going on and say, you know what? That's just not going to work with a lot of these guys. Because a lot of women truly, especially a lot of these modern liberal females, they truly believe that men are dumb, that all men are the same, and that men have not changed over the last 40, 50 years. Their mentality is still the same with women. And our mentality as men have been, find a woman, you court her, you take her on dates, you spend on her, you spoil her, then you seek to marry her, you seek to start a family, be the protector and the provider. That mentality is still in a lot of men, but there are some men who don't have that mentality. There are men who are literally walking away from traditionalism. They no longer see traditionalism as being for them. So they are starting their own path, and they're dealing with women on their own terms. And there are women who are not used to that. But times have changed, and I think a lot of women are just so far gone that they have not seen that change in men. There are some women who see the change in men. There are some women who are seeing that the mentality of men are different than it used to be. And they want to know what's going on. That's why you see so many people, male and female, who will watch my content because they feel like they can get something out of it, because I'm speaking about things that they haven't really heard before in a different way. I'm not pandering. I have no reason to pander. I have every reason to be honest. I have every reason to be clear with people when it comes to how I feel about what is going on in our modern day situation. We are in a situation, people, where people are just more comfortable being single. But if you're comfortable being single, then that's fine. But when you criticize other people why they can't keep a man, you can't keep a man, you're going to look crazy in a situation. You are. And I'm not saying that she's wrong about Halle Berry, but I'm like, both of them are pretty much around the same age. And they're both dealing with the same issues when it comes to relationships. And you see these middle-aged women, like, you know, the people on that, the Cackling Queens on Fox Soul, they're on that show and they talk down to people and they think that their opinion is universal. Even though, I say things, I have my opinions. But to me, I think that these women should represent what women should be, but they don't. Because they're not out here really trying to give real advice to women. Even though, again, you got people like LisaRaye that will be honest, and you got others that won't. I think that if they're more honest with women, a lot of those women will wake up and say, you know what? Men are not going to always be chasing me. It's going to come to a point to where these men are no longer chasing these women, and women are getting to that point. They're getting to that point when they're starting to see their social interactions with men decline. And they're saying to themselves, well, I still look good. I have no drop off as far as looks is concerned. Why are they not approaching as much as they used to? It's because a lot of guys are saying, what's the point? What's the point in approaching a female whose mentality is all screwed up, no matter how good she looks?